Coach Duffy, you held off Toledo tonight for your first MAC victory of the season. What are your initial thoughts?
This conference play is going to be fun, huh? I mean, every night I thought we had a great bounce back from a tough loss up at Northern Illinois, and we hit home on a couple things we needed to improve on. One was just our offensive execution of getting some movement when things broke down. I thought some of our biggest plays were when we got out of our offense and had a big offensive rebound, or even the last play of the game when we were all out of whack and I was about ready to call timeout and Sav just kind of turned and went to the basket and they fouled her and stepped up huge with 2 free throws, and that was the confidence we were trying to get back to, of no matter if we're making shots or missing shots, let's get some movement and some freedom to play. I thought we did a great job on their guards overall. Obviously the first half we got a couple of them in foul trouble. Defense was really good in the second quarter, only giving up 6 points, and obviously we didn't have an answer in the third and fourth quarter for Kayla McIntyre. We tried a couple different things, and within the game it just felt like nothing was working, and give credit to her and to Toledo for putting the ball in her hands to make plays, and I thought she finished really well. But we did enough to hang on. 2 big free throws by Kendall at the end, and did enough to protect our home court, which is big.
You said your defense in the second quarter was good. Also, your offense and getting those offensive rebounds, getting second, third chances, even when you weren't making the first shot. What was so important, kind of taking care of things at both ends of the court to build that lead going into half?
I think anytime you get an offensive rebound, it gives your team confidence, whether you end up scoring or not, just to have that motor. I thought Bailey was great, bringing energy. Savannah and Kendall both had a couple. Kristen gave enough minutes, which were really quality throughout the game. And, I just thought we came out hard. I wish we would have been up a little bit more in the first quarter, because I felt like we were, out working and getting some extra possessions, but didn't really get to kind of see the ramifications of it. And then, Leah Purvis did a great job, I thought, when Lauren got a couple fouls, of just controlling tempo and having good possessions where we were picking and choosing when to run and when to execute our offense, and kind of almost get into the half to settle ourselves again. So, for us to win games in this league, we're going to have a balanced effort, a balanced attack. And I was just most proud of just their bounce back, and they were totally engaged and, just trying to have fun tonight. I thought we got a little bit, when we went on the road to start, we put a little bit too much pressure on ourselves, that we had to be perfect, and we weren't just kind of flying around and making plays, and I thought we did a little bit better job of that tonight.
In the second half, obviously they cut the lead down and take the lead, and it was at a point in the game where you had to expend a lot of energy on both ends of the floor, and the team looked tired. What did you say to them in the timeout to get that spark from them that you needed?
Yeah, they did look tired, didn't they? And the timeout, Toledo went on a run. I used one, and what I was really proud, we went on a 4-0 run after that and executed 2 sets we had talked about, and that's something we didn't do at Northern. So just their mental focus to say, hey, we're good. We got juniors and seniors out there playing that should be able to handle that, and that was one thing we challenged them as a staff of, you got to be able to take something from the timeout and execute it. So we that could have got ugly real quick just by how Toledo was just kind of being aggressive, and we didn't really have an answer, but we got stops and got a couple baskets. I think Lowe had one of them. Kendall might have had a big one, and then we kind of settled in, and then it was like, all right, who wants to win this game? And I think that's big growth for us of just having that confidence to respond out of that timeout.
How big is maturity when you're playing a back and forth game and you go down late? How big of a factor is that coming down the home stretch?
Yeah, I'm just proud of all our kids who were thrown in the game. Like even somebody like Abby Hoff was the inbounder and had been sitting for a bit, and that was her job that she works on in practice in a late game situation because she's tall and she can see. Like little things like that really make the difference. We're working on that maturity and that toughness and that focus, especially in late situations, and we haven't had a real close one like this since Florida A&M, and obviously we were on the short end of that, so really proud to finish the game up and come out with a win at home.
You were getting scoring in different places during different parts of the game, ended up with 4 of your 5 starters in double figures. What do they need to do to continue that kind of performance against Buffalo as we host them Saturday?
Yeah, I just think we were all aggressive. Leah was aggressive to start the game. Toledo went small with their lineup, which they hadn't shown a ton. With number 1 being at the 4 spot, so they were switching some different things. So she made a couple adjustments throughout the game to kind of get them going defensively as well. And I think we used a big chunk of our playbook of trying to get Lauren back when she was in the game and not in foul trouble, touches for her. her, feed Savannah a little bit. I thought we had a couple looks for Kendall that were big, and everybody was ready to contribute when their name was called.
Lastly, you mentioned Savannah's name specifically. She had another double-double tonight after having one in the last game. What is really working for her right now on both ends of the court, and how are her teammates helping her achieve that?
Yeah, she's just she's owning that paint, and obviously she had a good game against Northern and did well again tonight, and she's just playing with the confidence. I thought she went through a few games of just a little bit off, and not even going to call it a slump, was just kind of, just maybe a little sluggish for a couple weeks, and now I feel like we got her back, which will open things up for Kendall and Lowe, and there's going to be ebbs and flows with that with everybody. It's not going to be perfect every day of practice or every night, so you hope you have enough players ready to contribute, but Savannah's been awesome, great attitude. She's been coming in and doing extra, and she can just keep that tough mentality to score inside. I thought her shot looked great tonight, and if you watch her in practice, it's pure. I mean, she's got a great looking shot, and it's just getting her in the right spots to settle in and knock them down.
Thank you. Congrats on this one.
Thank you. Appreciate it.